Well, thanks for joining this roundtable on digitized agriculture. If you've been watching the presentations, you already know my name. I'm Tjark Schuette from the Institute for Agricultural Engineering and Manufacturing in Potsdam, Germany. And yeah, next to me on this table, I have sitting two colleagues, Borislav Brunet and Milan. Ugljanin. As you might have guessed, if you have watched the presentations from my research, was in the area of agricultural robotics, which is kind of specific. But my role today is more that I'm a moderator. Anyway, so the experts are sitting to my right and to my left, and I think I will give them time to introduce themselves. Start with you.
Yes. My name is Borislav Brunet. I'm coming from the company, from agriculture sector. It's a company dedicated for the producing and selling the fertilizers, plant nutrition chemicals. And my job as a precision agriculture manager in this company, I run the sector about building services for the optimization of the fertilizers. So my background, formally, I'm an agricultural engineer, but from the studies until today, I'm in the IT sector involved, and I'm working on the precision agriculture subject about 15 years till now. So Timac Balkans company are working about 4 years. So in 4 years, we build some services dedicated for the mostly for the plant nutrition and consulting this agriculture area. So I try to ask your some questions about what you think about precision agriculture as a movement in the world today, and I try to answer your question about also in general precision agriculture. So.
Okay. Thank you. And yes, maybe you want to introduce yourself as well.
My name is Milan from company INGEL on this side. Our job is design and building irrigation system. Sorry, which is not excellent, and because I'm asking to translate the company, translate this on English for our guest.
We are recording this session in English. We're going to put it on YouTube, and so I think the official language will be English for fun. So
I need to help with the translation from Serbian to English.
okay.
Is it okay?
But I think we all speak English quite well.
But the speaker is not English.
Okay, you can translate the speakers. So we are understanding.
Kompanija INGEL sa svojim ogrankom INGEL Agro sada se bavi projektovanjem i izgradnjom zelenih sistema već više od 30 godina.
The company INGEL from Novi, with its branch office INGEL Agro started with the irrigation systems for more than 30 years now.
U svom radu već od samog projektovanja vodimo računa o energetskoj efikasnosti, o zaštiti prirodne sredine, a takođe i o ispunjenju svih zahteva koje investitor postavlja pred nas.
From the very start, we start taking into account the energy efficacy and also the demands of the investors.
Jedan od onih zadataka je bio i jeste supstitucija nafte kao energenta koji zagađuje životnu sredinu sa električnom energijom.
One of the main targets and the demands from the side of the both investors and the energy efficacy was to substitute oil, crude oil, being used as energens, to substitute it with electrical energy.
Kada se pominje električna energija, pri tom pre svega mislimo na električnu energiju dobijena, koja je dobijena iz solarnih kolektora ili električnu energiju dobijena iz hidroelektrana ili pak iz biogas postrojenja, a ne mislimo pri tome na energane koje proizvode električnu energiju iz vode.
When we speak about electroenergy, first of all, we have in our minds energy obtained from the solar panels, from hydropower stations, or from biogas, not electrical energy obtained from coal.
Vrlo često su korisnici prinuđeni da se odluče za investiciono jeftinija rješenja, često i misleći pri tome i znajući da ih tokom eksploatacije čekaju znatno veći eksploatacioni troškovi, ali investicije su velike i nije lako investirati ono što se u startu zna da je najbolje.
First of all, when we think about the needs of the users often have in their minds cheaper solutions. However, the exploitation costs are usually higher than expected, and also we have that in mind when deciding on the project.
U početku svi razmišljamo o električnoj energiji, ali sa malim izuzecima uglavnom svi kupe dizel pumpni agregat.
However, everybody at the start consider the usage of the electrical energy, but the final decision is usually oil solution.
Država je svesna tog problema i zadnjih godina su u programu podrške poljoprivrednim proizvođačima subvencije koje se baš odnose na elektrifikaciju polja.
Our state is aware of such a problem, and the subsidies that are given in the last decades is usually dedicated to that solution.
Skroman doprinos kompanija INGEL Agro je upravo dala i u toj oblasti tako što smo razvili sistem primene povišenih niskih napona od 1000 V.
The modest contribution to that net given by the company INGEL Agro from Borislav is through higher potential through electricity.
Primenom 1000 V mi uspevamo da savladamo i preko 6 puta veća rastojanja nego što bi to uradili sa 400 V u prenosu potrebne snage za zalivne sisteme.
With the application of solutions of 1000 volts, which is over 6 times greater in the transport to the distances, we managed to give better solutions than with 400 volts.
Na takav način se izbegava izgradnja naponskih vodova 20.000 V i transformatorske stanice koji su investiciono prilično skupi.
In that way, by building this type of network, we are able to overcome 20,000 volts plus transformer station to such solutions.
Već imamo skoro 50 korisnika ovakvog sistema i za sada nisu primećene ni dečje bolesti. Znači, sve radi besprekorno, veoma pouzdano, sa veoma niskim eksploatacijnim troškovima.
So far, we have approximately more than 50 users for this type of solution. Everything works smoothly, perfectly, with low cost of maintenance.
Thank you. I think that was already quite a nice example of one company in the area of agriculture. I think we will also later have time to talk about this in more detail. But as you can see, now we have 3 people sitting here, 2 of them from the industry, and me myself, I'm from research. The only part that we're missing is basically the people we are trying to address who might be most affected by the technology that we are facing. I don't know if anyone from the audience is actually directly working in the agricultural industry or okay.
Message, my colleague Radovan, and we are from Farm.
Okay.
And we are developing a multifunctional robotic platform for agriculture, for example, for wine producers, cosmetic producers, and we ourselves are lab producers. And we have certain problems maintaining plantations using traditional agricultural equipment. And that's how we got to talking about incorporating. Actually, 10 years before we started a company that was doing aerial videography, terrain mapping, and such, and we incorporated all that know-how and technology into developing this multifunctional platform for agriculture. So we are trying to do our part in digitizing agriculture.
So you came from an application and then moved towards being a tech provider.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's rare, but I think very interesting.
Sure. There is a video product. It's only the platform with analyzing for this field data, or
So it's not for, well, not at the moment. It's not for data gathering. It's for movement, it's training, it's a platform that uses it as a video chat platform, and it can utilize all the different attachments that are already programmed. It's a hydrogen system because the battery density at the moment is not adequate for the terrain we are looking to use our platform on. For example, raspberry makers have certain problems while maintaining their plantations, and we could incorporate electric powered over to meet the needs. So that's why it's a hydrogen. It's a petrol engine and it has 4 electric motors that power the 4-wheel drive and one electric motor for each of the wheels that it powers everyone. And the idea was that we can somehow move the operator from the stress points so that we can stress that safety is our priority. For example, big tractor companies, they say that their expensive tractors, their expensive equipment is only 99% safe while spraying, for example. We can guarantee that if you move the operator 100 meters, 200 meters away from the zone, that it's 100% safe for the operator while spraying.
So the most biggest motive for the going to develop this project, it's a selectivity of the agriculture people.
Exactly. That was the main point. Because our colleague, we had a German tractor. We had several problems while maintaining farming 3 times rolling over, and he could have gone until that. So that was the first motivation that we had to develop something that would help us and to make something that can be remotely driven. And we're working on incorporating a multi-plant system
into the whole platform. We are aiming to incorporate some sensors so that we can incorporate obstacle avoidance and also for data collected and such.
What is the results according to efficiency of your system compared to traditional?
It can do as much work as 7 workers with original trimmers. That's the amount of work, and it can do it in an hour, for example, or in a day.
Yeah.
It can easily do about 3 hectares per day. One over and one over.
So, yeah, thank you very much. So we have another very nice application here. What I wonder about, because that's often what we hear when we talk about research to market, is that it's not easy to actually, if you have a good product, even if you have a good product that's working well, to actually sell it to other people than or to customers because of technology resistance and something like this.
Somehow found out, somehow found out that at least in Serbia, but I guess it's the whole region, that agricultural communities here are really close actually, and they don't trust outsiders. And we had some problems because we were there was something new to the region that we needed to collect in. They were doing wheat, sunflower, and such. They were all really skeptical about it, and they don't know anything about lavender, how to grow it, how to cultivate it, where to sell it. And they were all looking at us to see if it's possible to make a shift from their original crops to something new that may be more fruitful for them, for example. And when you get to know the people and you get somehow inside the community, they listen. That's our feedback. So I think that is a good approach for the digitalization process.
Maybe what is your impression of this? Maybe irrigation is something of a more fundamental need in agriculture. Do you still have the impression that it's hard to reach new customers? Or is it easier because it's one of the really basic needs of growing plants?
Moje iskustvo je tako da generalno primjena novih tehnologija u poljoprivredi, ali vjerovatno i u drugim oblastima ne ide tako lako. I iz prostog razloga, što su to veoma često velike investicije i sasvim je normalno da ljudi budu oprezni i da se ne zaleću. Posebno kada je naše podneblje u pitanju, gde je u zadnjih više decenija bilo raznih novotarija i provera i prevara u svim oblastima. Ali definitivno poljoprivredu treba gledati kao jedan veliki površinski rubnik i tehnička rešenja treba da budu prilagođena takvim potrebama. Poljoprivreda je veliki potrošač i vode i energije. Ona je i veliki zagađivač, s obzirom da se veoma mnogo koristi nafta, da se veoma mnogo koriste razne hemikalije i ušteda koja se meri i delom procenta, a da ne kažem i procentima, je od velikog značaja. IT tehnologije u tome mogu da pomognu veoma mnogo. Primera radi, za ovo podneblje, za jedno prosečno navodnjavanje godišnje je potrebno negde oko 2000 kubika vode po hektaru. Za 1000 hektara to je oko 2 miliona kubnih metara vode. To je ogromna količina i samo male uštede mogu da rezultuju lepim rezultatom. Kako kada je u pitanju zaštita prirode, tako i smanjenje troškova.
Thank you. I guess like the efficient use of resources, and by that, through that also reducing pollution of soils and our environment is also a very important part of your work, right? Because nutrition, plant nutrition can do very good things, but it can also harm quite.
My question was for myself before I build this service. Also, it's a question for the audience. It's what do you think it's a key moment that the farmer will accept your solution, whatever solution it will? What is the ingredients in your formula which is make the difference? Because we know that the farmers are very traditional, they think it in traditional way. Everything what is the new, it's not good. They don't have the faith in this solution. And my question also is, what is the key moment? What is the game changer from their perspective? Yeah.
We found out while talking to our interest groups that a lot of orchard owners and wine producers are going organic, and they are aware of the problems with the soil and condition equipment, and they are looking to keep the orchards and vineyards clean, and that is very good for us actually because of the growing process that we're trying to incorporate. And we found out while talking to some other groups of farmers that are not orchard and vineyard owners that the best selling point for them is the cost efficiency. If they can minimize their costs, they will listen to you, and maybe they will try to incorporate it if they are not really into traditional agriculture. So that's somehow our finding.
Absolutely, I agree. Because the farmers, they really love their job. It's not a question, but it's not that love is not so high that they work with the tree. So there must be a profit on at the end. I wrote all this process from the idea to the making the service. They really made the money also for the farmers and for me as the service provider. So it's when you put in the formula the cost effectiveness, this is the big game changer, because everything is fine. Every solution is good, it's very interesting for them, for the farmers, but when they do the math, they do the formula, and it's very simplified, the whole process.
It's like show the money.
Show the method. Yeah. So it's a lot of solutions on the market. I saw a lot of solutions, but a rare of these solutions that really have the opportunity and the really solutions in the real life. So this is something that someone who want to build some solution that solve some problem in agricultural production must be aware of that.
Plus for us, we actually came from agricultural background a couple of years ago, so we know the drawbacks that
that it has, and we got to know the community and we started thinking like them in order to better ourselves and to have a better product in the end.
Yeah, I said in my presentation that from my experience, a lot of solution on the market is from the IT to the agriculture, and the IT is very aggressive with these new technologies and everything running very fast, and they really in aggressive way they want to find the market. In agriculture, it's a perfect market because there are a lot of things you can do. But I don't think it's the right way. And the right way, the subject of this story is agriculture. Agriculture must be on the throne, must be seeking for the solution and hold the IT guys for that. So this is very important.
Yeah, exactly what you said. If you have a good idea, a good product, if there's no one that can use it.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I understand the pandemic. Everything starting from that, but it's a long way when these solutions from the science find this part of the real life in agriculture. So from my experience when I built the service, also this motive from the farmers, it's showing the money and profit from that. There's some regulations they must follow. Okay, this is also the motive, and for me, this is very interesting because they want to see transparent all this way of the workflow of the making the recommendation. This is I think. Maybe it is also the traditional way of thinking from the farmers, but this is the game changer in my whole process, and I must put all this project in this way. So, from my experience, it's very interesting when you see that your service, your project, your solution is working on the field in the real life, satisfied customers, and also this is the very good motive to develop for this solution. So this is my point. I want to stress this way of thinking that agriculture must be in the first place and IT in the second.
We have one of the farmers that we interviewed, when we told him how they can benefit from it. And I asked us, okay, but what we like? Something else.
Yeah.
You will have time to do something that you didn't have time to before you start equipment. Yeah, that sounds good.
Moje iskustvo, kada je slikano svi, ako nije to, to što moramo postaviti.
Moje iskustvo kada se radi o ovome. One experience regarding this.
Kada je pitanju plasman nove ideje na tržištu,
The placement of the new ideas in the market.
Pored donošenja koristi korisniku u smislu smanjenja troškova koje nije sporno.
Apart from giving solutions regarding the cost, which is not immediate.
I ta težnja uvijek postoji.
There is always that kind of tendency.
Važna su još dva razloga.
There are two more reasons which are important.
Jedan je upravo kolega sagovornik pomenuo.
One has already been mentioned.
Da rješenje radi u praksi zadovoljavajuće.
The solution works in practical work very well.
Jer lepa je priča
inovativnost, ali da li to funkcioniše i kako funkcioniše, to je najbitnije.
The story of innovation is a nice story, but the most important moment is, does it work perfectly well in the field?
Posebno ako je investicija relativno velika.
Especially when we have high costs of investments.
Niko se neće poigravati i praviti ekskurzije sa investiranjem svog novca.
Nobody will play games and make excursions when it comes to investing his or her own money.
Drugi razlog koji se možda većim delom tiče ovog podneblja, s obzirom na pređašnju istoriju od nekoliko decenija.
The second reason, having in mind all the experiences in the last few decades,
koja je rezultirala masovnim osiromašenjem poljoprivrednih proizvođača,
which resulted in the mass poverty of most of the farmers,
je da bez podrške države ozbiljniji investicioni zahvati se teško mogu podneti.
Is the fact that without the serious help from the state, there will be no great projects in practical work.
Naša država to prepoznaje, a to se najbolje vidi po svim stimulansima koje zadnjih godina daje poljoprivrednim proizvođačima i na taj način usmerava jedno kolektivno razmišljanje u kom pravcu treba da se razvijaju neki aspekti poljoprivrede.
The state of Serbia recognized this problem, and through the subsidies which are given by the state lately in the last few years, the state enhances the collective thinking in which way we should go.
Uvek kada smo nudili nešto inovativno korisniku, što je naravno rezultiralo smanjenju troškova, jer jedino tako ima smisla, bilo je pitanje gde mogu to da vidim.
Every time that anyone from our side of innovations was giving something new to farmers, the question that the farmers had was, where can I see that?
Drugo pitanje je bilo naravno koliko to košta i da li država na tu temu nešto pomaže.
The second question was, what's the cost, how much does it cost, and does the state help in any way?
I think that's an important part, especially if we have a company that is subsidy based. Of course, there's very little incentive to invest in anything that's that might even slightly, maybe even slightly increase results. But yeah, I think that's something that is the problem of the complete marketing of the European Union, I guess, and it's for here. So I think, yeah, this is something where also, again, if you want to create an initiative, you have to do it through the subsidiaries. So I think that's something that differentiates the agricultural area from other areas, and it's very much state regulated.
That most of the people that came to our exhibit asked us, can we get this through the government subsidies and how much does it cost?
Agriculture is kind of the industry that you must have the subsidies because of slow turnover of capital. And in Serbia, it's not the case. These subsidies very slow, slow and small compared to, for example, EU subsidies. It's a small amount of money for the farmers. So, competitiveness of the farmers, it's I don't know. It's different from different groups of farmers, especially in Serbia. We can recognize that very small farmers with a small amount of the land, the area, the very slow and small intensive production. It's not the production; it's mostly for them. And but in I don't know, this 10 years, we can see the farmers who buy the land, they consolidate their production, they want to produce for the market. The most important it's amount of yield and quality of the production. They buy new machinery and so on. They follow the new technologies and so on. And we have a few big companies in Serbia. It's holdings that totally different stories. So we sell our service products for the medium, maybe bigger farmers, and also for the holdings with a lot amount of the land. And the production is very different from these small farms. But the motive and the way of thinking is the same according to our service. Everybody want to profit. Everybody want to follow what is new, but careful with very they need a lot more information from outside, and also they want to compare this service, for example, with different farmers and different experience from the farmers. So it's very interesting. They know each other very well. They copy very good techniques from another farmer. So it's very interesting in a social way. It's interesting problem. But if they heard or they suspect that it's not good in her example and in her situation on the field, it's no way that we'll be interested. So you must be careful when you're talking with a farmer. Is that suitable for their land, their kind of the production, and so on. So a lot of things you must be thinking about that if you want to sell it. So maybe in the past, for example, before 50 years, 30 years, I don't know, the thinking, the way of thinking is more traditional, and they don't want to a lot of thinking about new technologies. But now in the second generation of the farmers, they're following everything. From my experience, when you're talking with them, for example, you have mostly big companies here in the market, and I think it's 5 to 10 product managers. They visit him. They're talking about new technologies, every aspect of the agriculture production. And when you talk with these farmers, they update it maximum. It's amazing, and you'll be careful when you're talking about some subject. It's very interesting. The knowledge is a very high level. Yeah, it's not a farmer from the 50 years ago. So
it's shifting knowledge and technology. And the difference between the way of thinking 10 years ago and now, it's
it's amazing. I followed all this development 50 years ago, and it's amazing. I remember that when GPS technology involved in the agricultural production, the comments from the farmers, from the agronomists, from managers, it's not for us. It's very expensive technology and it's cost effective. It's not possible to do agriculture. Today, 15 years from now, this is the amazing when you talk with the farmers. This usually it's not a question about GPS. It's a question about something else. Yeah, it's a very big change.
We found out that when we focus on Vineyard and entrepreneurs, we found out that they were the ones that are most close to new technology. They're the ones that are looking to adapt and incorporate it into their own fields, their own crops. So yeah, that's why I focus on that role.
Na temu savremenih saznanja i prakse u poljoprivredi, nažalost, moje iskustvo, onoga što sam uspio da vidim među proizvođačima, nije posebno pozitivno. Većim delom je negativno, a ima slučajeva pojedinačnih gde bi se moglo reći da je pozitivno i oni služe samo da potvrde pravila. Moramo biti svesni činjenice da savremen način proizvodnje u poljoprivredi podrazumeva da se ubije sve što je živo u zemlji.
Regarding the modern knowledge and practical work experiences is not so specially positive nowadays. There are only very few examples of my positive experience regarding knowledge. We have to be aware of the fact
kao što sam rekao, savremen način poljoprivredne proizvodnje podrazumeva da se ubije sve što je živo u zemlji i da glavni cilj ipak nije proizvodnja hrane, posebno ne zdrave hrane, nego biznis.
Let me repeat with only very few examples of the positive experience. We have to be aware of the fact that everything that is alive in the soil has to be killed because the main objective is not to produce but to burn.
Koristi se prirodni potencijal za bogaćenje pojedinaca koji to koriste bez dovoljno odgovornosti.
The natural potential of individuals is used for earning, and they earn without responsibility.
Uloga države je nedovoljna, to mora biti širi zadatak na svetskom nivou.
The role of the state is not enough. It has to be a wider task at the not only national but the world level.
Pre svega da se život vrati zemlji,
Return life.
da mikroorganizmi žive u zemlji,
Let the microorganisms live in the soil.
da se proizvodi zdrava hrana,
Let us produce healthy food,
a ne velike količine nezdrave hrane.
not great amounts of unhealthy food.
Jer svedoci smo da i te velike količine nedovoljno zdrave hrane nisu rešile glad u svetu, niti su.
We are the witnesses of huge amounts of unhealthy food which has been produced so far, did not save the world from hunger.
Kada je Srbija u pitanju, karakteristično je to da preko 80% vlasnika poljoprivrednog zemljišta imaju usitnjene posede.
For Serbia, it is a characteristic that more than 80% of the owners of the land have small parcels.
Već dugi niz godina je važilo pravilo da oni moraju propasti.
For many decades, the rule was they have to go down, to be ruined, not to be able to produce anymore.
Ali na sreću pojavio se novi talas u poljoprivrednoj proizvodnji.
However, there is a lucky one in the production, a new way of production.
A to je proizvodnja zdrave organske hrane.
And that is production of healthy food, organic food.
Na manje od pola hektara
Less than half an acre.
proizvodnja zdrave hrane, porodica može da živi, seoska porodica može da živi, da se deca rađaju i da se selo razvija.
On less than half an acre in the rural land, a small family can live, can produce healthy organic food, can make the family grow, and can have the children, new children being born.
It's being less than half a hectare. There are new ways from agroponics and hydroponics to be incorporated, and you don't need vast amount of land to grow your crops, so that's something also. We are trying something in maybe aquaponics, so we've had nice results.
Okay, but like we were talking about healthy foods, then again, I know like aquaponics is sometimes criticized for not producing the same amount of nutritious value as traditional growth. You know,
But it depends how you evaluate it.
yes, that's always the case. And another point that I wanted to say is like, because we have this organic, this I would almost call it hybrid, this new way for organic farming, which is also a goal. I don't know about Serbia, but in the EU, it's a goal, I think 50% by 30. Need to be, would have to check, of organic crops, organically produced crops. And what we kind of see is that we have different levels of organic, and that we do not really solve all the issues just because it's organic. Yeah, so I think this is an important aspect.
We're still going to like the amount of food 10 years that's going to be necessary. I think I was seeing some of the presentations. If you exceed 70 or 80% more not produced right now by 2025.
It's true, while also the arable land decreases due to climate change. So I think, yeah, hydroponics will be
one of the solutions. I'm not saying that it's the greatest solution.
no, I think that's generally never really true that we have one solution that solves all the issues. But yes, I think it might be one of the solutions. But I wanted to pick up a topic that was talked about earlier, that is reliability of technical products. And yeah, since I'm working with robotics, it said we wanted to have autonomous navigation. And I know there is companies out there already offering robots that work in the field, but most of them are like are more considered to be yeah, I don't want to say toys, but it's more like a hobby to those who use it, because they still need so much effort in order to keep them running, that it's not really the theoretical return of investments is not there in reality. And that's something I would like to talk about, like how can we I mean, robots is also a very complex field, but there's less complex things, sensors that we could design better in order to run really reliably in fields. And that's one question. Like, how can we design such systems better so they can be produced? Do we need to have more field tests? Do we need to have better connection between IT and farmers? Maybe, or
There's a lack of people that they don't want to use a portion of their land to test something out because that's nice for their earnings. Especially here when we talk about the amount of land that people have to commercial that's we have 80% or something of St. Milan mentioned that have smaller farms or they sacrifice a certain amount of that for testing of something that's a really drawback for us.
I think that agricultures are more like at least from the communication perspective, they're more effective to test things out, but if it's free. And most companies insist on some technical upfront, even for access to these companies, and I think that's one of the problems. So I think that they are thinking if they see that it works, so they are not for initial investment until they are sure it works, and they are willing to try to test.
That's a good thing, but because we can make projects with academia and industry that we get together and test things out for free for farmers. That's one way to
This is the most of making the combined agriculture experts with IT experts. They must understand each other. Agriculture must be agricultural expert must define in a most clearest way everything about what they want to achieve in agricultural production. What is the problem? The technical problem. Because of many factors, many variables in a formula can be very important for the result. So when they working each other, they must understand each other. And IT sector maybe it's most quickest way to thinking about finding solution and so on. So must the waiting for the agricultural experts to understand what is going on in the field, what is the problem.
That's why the interview process is actually crucial to making the product be useful.
Yeah, exactly.
Na temu primjene novih tehnologija u poljoprivredi, moje iskustvo je tako da to ne ide lako. Lično mislim da u današnje vreme mi nemamo deficit ideja. Znanje nam je prisutno, znanje celog sveta se nalazi na našem stolu, bar kada su ideje u pitanju.
Regarding the application of new technologies in the field of agriculture, is not a problem. We all are faced at the present time not with a lack of ideas, but the knowledge is in front of all of us.
Ali uslovi poslovanja i borba da se dnevna likvidnost očuva su takvi da je veliki luksuz za jednu malu firmu da se bavi inovacijama, jer postoji velika opasnost da neće istrajati u tome, da će napraviti troškove i da će se suočiti sa njenog postojanja.
We are faced on a daily basis with the fight how to cover the daily costs. It is a great luxury for a small company to deal with the problems on a daily basis and how to cover the costs.
Primjer moje kompanije, sa nas 10 zaposlenih, ja sam elektroinženjer i nekako je normalno da kad već radim u poljoprivredi preko 30 godina, da težim da primenim, naravno, pre svega i da razmišljam u pravcu onoga što je moja struka sama po sebi nosi.
I can give my own example. I am an electrical engineer. I have a small company with around 10 employees, and it is quite normal for myself, from my point of view, to think about the solutions that can be applied in agriculture from my point of view.
Sa druge strane, s obzirom da dovoljno poznajem problematiku poljoprivrede, imam utisak, možda zvuči neskromno, da bi sutra mogao da dam zadatke, pa bar 100 inženjera različitih struka da rade na projektima koji bi bili isplativi za relativno kratko vreme u poljoprivredi.
I work in the field of agriculture for more than 30 years, and I think from my personal point of view that I quite clearly understand the problems in agriculture. I think that on a daily basis, I can give the tasks to my employees, to engineers, to just home workers, what to do in agriculture.
Mi smo unutar firme nama stavili za zadatak robotika u poljoprivredi i mislimo da je to dugoročno otvoren prazan prostor za mnoge kompanije da naprave biznis, ali za nekoliko godina unazad napravili smo tek male pomake na proizvodu koji nam je veoma jasan i gde kad pričamo sa potencijalnim kupcima, svi kažu napravi, uzimamo odmah. Međutim, nije to samo napravi. Ima tu, prvo treba napraviti, od ideje do prototipa prođe vremena, a i treba novca, a onda sve drugo, one dečije bolesti i tako dalje, popravke, sve to zahteva i vremena i novca, a korisnik hoće da ono što kupi, da to funkcioniše dobro.
Our main objective is robotics in agriculture. We see robotics in agriculture as a long-term, like an open position for many companies to make their own business on the market. However, when we come to a potential customer, they always have the same question from the idea, tell me, how much does it cost and where can I see that?
I na kraju samo da kažem da lepe ideje, inovativnost, to lepo zvuči, ali da bi se to dovelo do kraja, da bi našlo svoju primjenu u praksi, put nije lak, zahteva novca i bez pomoći države to će ići veoma teško. Ispod.
However, let me say finally, nice ideas, innovations, how do we come to the final end to be applied in practice? It is not easy. From the idea, we all know that we need money, we need the help of the state, and the final result is of the question.
So with that in mind, maybe also as a closing, what I would like to hear from you also, like what are the technologies that you do think have a chance of actually making it really to the market, not just as niche products, but in general. Yeah, I don't know if you want to say.
From my point of view, it's my expertise. It's plant nutrition, and this is the most complex area in agriculture production. Cereals, for example, it's not so extensive like the orchards or vineyards and so on, but in this kind of the production, it's most complex because you must understand the chemical of the soil and chemical of the plant, physiology of the plant, and combine these two areas in an optimized way. So it's very complex. Also, you have a lot of factors that involving in all this process. So when you want to optimize something in agriculture production, you must be aware of all these factors in your process and your workflow, and needed actually every expert in every field of this process. Every chain process must be covered. You must be honest with the farmer. The farmer must be honest with you, according to the experience and so on. I agree, it's a long way from the idea to the commercial service or commercial product from the field. A lot of science also will be involved, but I think it's a cost effectiveness of this product or service must be crucial. This is the game changer, because the farmers, they want to earn money from these products. The agriculture these days is highly competitive. We are witness about price rising. It's amazing. For example, for fertilizer, in past 1.5 years, it's going 300% up. So 1 ton of the fertilizer is about 300 euros. In this day, it's a night run. So this is the big change. You must be aware that the farmers must have the calculation. There is only one niche, one segment of this production. Also, they must thinking about crop, I don't know, irrigation, pests, everything else, seeds, and every kind of input. And this is the whole formula. You can see it only from your perspective and what you're thinking about, for example, plant nutrition. It's not the whole story. Whole story is from the seed to the yield. So you must be aware every aspect of this production, that your service or your product find the right way on the market.
Mogli da vas zapravo s ovim projektom? Ako sam dobro shvatio ovu situaciju. Možda da vas sam zbog slike, možda smo glasni. Ovdje smo da ili čujemo transfer, odnosno transfera tehnologije. Od vas koji sjedite za stolom ili eventualno nekoga iz inostranstva sa nekog drugog područja.
From all of us who are present here, either from Serbia or from Brunet.
To je jedna stvar, i druga stvar da mi imamo neki problem ili uočavamo neki problem u poljoprivredi.
And the other point is whether we see a problem in agriculture.
A onda ako se radi sa vama ili drugim institucijama ili drugim organizacijama, istraživačima, pokušamo da riješimo i digitalizujemo taj problem. Da sam dobro shvatio tu sesiju.
Have I understood this session well? Do we, comparing all the things that we heard today, are we trying to solve this through the digitalization process?
Znači, dvije stvari, ili transfer gotovih tehnologija, ili istraživanje novih područja.
Whether it is the transfer of new technologies or they are giving solutions, other solutions.
Prvo to da vidim da li sam u pravu da to
Am I
kažem.
right to say that?
Maybe from what was asking right now is we have talked, you're right, we have talked a lot about challenges that we face in the sector.
Mnogo smo razgovarali o izazovima sa kojima se srećemo u Hrvatskoj.
And right now the idea was to collect like opinions on what we see as technologies that might advance in this area despite all these challenges.
Želeli smo da utvrdimo da li postoje nove tehnologije koje nam mogu pomoći da napredujemo u ovoj oblasti.
Because I believe that for many, you can also for many problems we already have solutions from a scientific point of view.
Za mnoge situacije mi smo već sa naučne tačke gledišta došli do rešenja.
But they don't make it to the market.
Ali nisu stigli do tržišta.
And yeah.
I ova sesija treba da pomogne ili ovaj skup SMART4ALL treba da pomogne te tehnologije stignu do tržišta.
Should this SMART4ALL help the ideas get to the market?
Yeah, that's exactly one of the points of SMART4ALL.
U tom slučaju mislim da se otvorilo nekoliko pitanja.
In that case, I think that we have come to a couple of questions.
Koje se možda mogu nazvati ekonomske niše ili tehnološke niše.
These questions could be called economic or technological niche.
Niša, gdje smo govorili o organskoj proizvodnji, sitnim posjedima po 3,5 hektara ili 5 hektara koji su karakteristični za područje srpskog naroda, ili tako, i velikim preduzećima i velikim farmama koje imaju ili pojedinci ili su privatizovane od strane društva ili pripadaju državi. Znači, govorimo o organskoj proizvodnji, sitnim posjedima i posjedima.
So we have three questions here. Organic production, small parcels, and getting to the market.
Ono za što sam ja lično zainteresovan.
I am personally interested in.
Završio sam Zagrebu fakultet u Novom Sadu.
I graduated at the agricultural faculty in Novi Sad.
Je ova niša posjeda od 3,5 do 5 hektara.
Is the area of small parcels from 3 to 5 acres.
I lično sam zainteresovan za, namjerno slušam ovu sesiju za dvije stvari, navodnjavanje i župi.
I am personally very interested in two areas, that is irrigation and fertilization.
Mislim, rješenja koja mogu doprinijeti optimizaciji toga.
The solutions that can contribute to the optimization processes.
Uzimajući u obzir sve ono što smo učili od mikrobiologije, biologije, agrokemije, fiziologije, biljaka, do konačne tehnologije koja se zove posebno naprosto.
Having in mind all the things that we studied during our studies at the agricultural faculty, starting from fertilization, microbiology, pedology,
i završete sa specijalnim napisom za posebni napis.
And the special treatment of soil.
Ne, soil bilje, znači pojedini bilje ili pojedini.
Special kinds of individual plants.
Mislim da, imajući to znanje sa poljoprivrednog fakulteta, mislim da se radi o tehnologiji koja se može digitalizovati.
From my studies at the faculty, I think it is a matter of technologies that could be applied, digitalized.
Veliki poslovi, složena je struktura, ovo što vi pokušavate preko softverskih firmi uraditi, riješiti sve probleme u jednom. Od zemljišta do same bilje.
It is a complex matter. from the soil to the plant with the solutions that you're trying to make?
Mislim da ima prostora za segmentaciju tih rješenja i za specijalizaciju rješenja, uključujući one niše, znači organska proizvodnja, sitni posljedice.
There is a space in these so-called niche parts
Za organsku proizvodnju sitni
for
posljedice.
organic production and all the individual parts. So the room for specialization.
Da završim ipak, bilo bi još toga da govorim, ali kada završim da vam kažem zašto ja jesam tajnik svjesna, da čujem primjere digitalizacije, ako ništa drugo pojedinih segmenta, mislim, moj moć rade jednu priču o smeru digitalizacije i navodnjavanja takve proizvodnje.
Ne, prošljenje i pasiranje, znači bilo koji
Bilo bi dobro.
we are looking to make something similar to a small tractor that utilizes all the cultivator attachments that are already available by people share. Znači, kartan, preko kojeg se kraći bilo koje je mogućjalac kultivatora.
Zadnje sam se kažu da čujem neke konkretne rješenja. Ja sam
So you would like to hear from our side the solutions?
Da. Evo, mogu ja da uzmem učešće, ali nažalost nema primjer za to što gospodin je zainteresovan.
I could give some of the examples, however, unfortunately, I cannot give an example of solutions that you are looking for.
Ali imam primjer primjene IT tehnologije u poljoprivredi, u tehnici navodnjavanja za veće procente.
I have an example of irrigation systems for larger parcels, larger areas of land.
Ja bih molio, pretpostavljam da ukoliko bi sa kamerom snimili ovo na telefonu, da bi se to videlo na displeju. Možete vi držati ovako možete vi samo pojme telefonu slobodno može da pokazuje. Možeš prinesi više. Da, prinesi.
Započeo sam.
Samo sekund.
What do we see now?
Da.
Hoćeš se okrenuti ili da bi postavite tako?
Može ovako, da?
Ako je mogu.
Da. Ovdje imamo primjer
Here we have an example
upravljanje sa 6 bunara,
of managing 6 water wells.
daljinski nadzor i upravljanje ovim bunarima preko aplikacije.
It is a case of remote control through an application.
Trenutno, mi smo sada online,
We are online now.
trenutno svi 6 bunara rade u paraleli.
At present, all 6 water wells work parallel.
I mi odavde možemo da podesimo brzinu obrtaja svake pumpe, evo ovde preko herca. Vidite, svi rade na 48 herca.
We can manage the speed of the pumps.
Evo da vidimo bunar 1 setovanja sad na 47, to ide na server. Proces je namerno malo usporen da bi štedeli protok informacija. Evo ga vidite, sad ovde gore piše pumpa bunar 1 47 Hz, naravno vratit ćemo na 48.
So we work here, from here on the data. This is the online management at the real time.
Mi sa daljine uključujemo i energiju, uključujemo pumpu, podešavamo frekvenciju.
Energy and pump of the wells are managed from here now.
Zavisno koji broj mašina za navodnjavanje je uključen, mi možemo podesiti po želji pritisak.
Depending on the number of wells that are at work now, we can adjust the pressure, for example.
I tako dovodimo ceo sistem u jedan tehnoekonomski optimum rada.
So the whole system is at an optimal level of work.
Ukoliko želimo da vidimo neke podatke za, na primjer, bunar 1, kaže pumpa on, frekvencija 48 Hz, pritisak 3,2 bara, to su oni osnovni podaci koji se imaju.
We can see the basic data shown here for one of the pumps.
Korisnik ima 3 lokaliteta sa nekih 20 bunara.
The user has 3 localities with approximately 20 water wells.
Ranije je na svakom lokalitetu radio po jedan čovek bar, a ponekad i 2 kao ispomoć.
At least one person was engaged monitoring the work of a water well, sometimes even 2 persons plus.
Sada radi samo jedan čovek i to povremeno obilazi.
Only one man operates on these water wells, only occasionally.
I najčešće ciljano odlazi na objekat kad dobije informaciju o vrsti kvara.
The operator only occasionally visits these sites when he receives a signal on his mobile phone.
Znači, nema dodatnih troškova da se dnevno na desetine kilometara prolazi i da se obilazi i gleda šta bi moglo ili da li se nešto desilo.
So there is no additional needs for man work going around for hundreds of meters, and he can monitor all the process.
Sa druge strane, nama pomaže ukoliko se desi neki kvar da odmah pogledamo, uđemo u PLC, vidimo šta je kvar, odakle dolazi i sa 90% verovatnoće znamo o čemu se radi. Sutra odlazimo ne na defektažu kvara, pa možda ko zna kad opet da dođemo na popravku, nego nosimo rezervni deo i odmah otklanjamo kvar.
On the other hand, when we from our side receive the signal and the information, what goes on the situation in the field, we can immediately act, do some actions, go directly to the field with spare parts if needed.
I da ubrzam, drugi sistem, jedan mali sistem, odnosno jedan od sistema, ali je mali, imamo pivote. Trenutno sistem ne radi, ima drugu boju, ali s obzirom da je žuto, znači energija je puštena, imamo daljinski pristup, kontrolu, u pitanju je mobilni internet i vidimo ove crvene linije, to je položaj mašine, status offline, ugao mašine na polju, znači realna pozicija mašine na polju se vidi, pritisak i tako dalje.
Another example gives us the symbols, we read different colors, we understand their meaning, and we can immediately act. So this is another example of a real-time situation.
Sorry, i
Okay.
treća. Ok, dobro.
Anyway, I think, sorry for interrupting, but we're running out of time. I think that's one example, but another one that I just wanted to briefly mention, I'm not going to delve into this, is sensor networks, which is well established. We have solutions for this in Nova, for example, solutions. They are commercially available, but they're not used as much as we would expect. As one of the examples, I guess we could discuss about this as well. Yes. Maybe coming too close, I think what we see, I think we have talked a lot about challenges, but we've also seen some examples here of companies with services solutions that actually make it to the market. And I think the potential, that's also why the IT sector is diving so much into agriculture, is huge in the area of agriculture. The applications are there. It's kind of a challenge, it seems to be kind of a challenge to actually get to people and to get people to trust you, because yeah, they're kind of investing money from their life's work if they do. It's not just a job, just a day-by-day job that they go to and they invest money that's not really theirs, but yeah, they're investing money. Yes. And so if you want to say anything.
I think the question was what about transfer of technology and examples and so on. This project SMART4ALL, it's a good opportunity to find your partner and connect with this partner and to find the solution together with the partner and transform this technology from the partner. I understand that you're from the agriculture sector, so as myself, and I find the partner who is appropriate technology that suits for my service, my product. So this is the good opportunity for this kind of the project. So no one give you the solution for your idea, your product, but through this kind of the project, it's a good opportunity to find both your partner and the appropriate solution. So this is one subject. Another one, it's we detect a lot of problems in agriculture. Agriculture, it's this kind of industry. It's on the open field. There are a lot of variables in this formula. So we must be aware of all these factors who will be involved in whole the process, not only for your problem or the isolated problem that you have the expertise in that, but all this process from the seed to the yield. So everything must be covered, and you must be find niche with your product to have the some solution in whole this process. This is from my experience. I saw that a lot of solutions for the plant nutrition, for example, but what I find is with talking with the farmers, I have a lot of experiences on my desk from the farmers, and after that I thinking about solution, not solution from my perspective, and what I thinking about what is the solution, best solution in agriculture for the plant nutrition. But I go down the field, I talk with the farmers, I detect what is the mostly problem, what is the most subject, what is the real problem in the real world, what is the connection with all these partners, what is the same detecting of the problem, and I attack this problem with the technologies what is the available today. So this is, from my perspective, my experience.
It's the same with us. That's why I pinpointed that the integrated process is actually crucial for developing the agricultural product that combines IT with agriculture.
Yeah, I'm not targeting, for example, the big companies like Delta Agro, for example, in this. I targeting the medium companies or farmers who has a lot of experience in plant production. They know what is the problem, they can detect the problem, and they guide me to the solutions. So when I solve this problem for these guys, for these medium farmers, Also, I find the solutions in the big companies. Today, we're working for also our service using the Delta for all the areas in 5 companies that belong to the Delta. Everybody is satisfied with the results and so on. So my first target is not only the big companies and the holdings, but the medium farmers who have the knowledge about plant production and can detect the problem. So this is my experience.
Okay. Big companies have all experts.
Yeah, it's the second generation of farmers, and they
are also experts. The second generation of all these farmers. So oni nisu toliko stručnjaci.
Second generation farmers are not so great.
Oni imaju iskustvo, gledaju ih uče, ali nemaju znanje, ili bar većina nema znanje kako da to riješi.
they don't have the
Dok velike kompanije imaju svoje stručnjake, primjer ali velike kompanije imaju svoje stručnjake i pokušaju same da nađu rješenje za probleme. Tako da se slažem s tom da je tržište koje je zanimljivo je stvari tržište farmera. Slažem se s tom.
I think that we could actually discuss on in this area because we also have different experiences here apparently. But yeah, I think we're already 2 minutes over time. So yeah, thank you very much. I think this was very interesting. And yeah, I think we will have time during coffee break or anything else to further discuss topics here. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
To you for the very interesting insight. Yes, thank you. Now it works again.